Today's guest is the radiant ShayLynn, a gentle force whose journey has been all about evolving into the best version of herself, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. She's the queen of the mindset shift, and her quiet strength reminds us that sometimes the most powerful decision you can make is to simply be different. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Chats with Chee. I am excited. I keep telling y'all I'm excited, but I really am. I really am. But y'all, I have my girl. I have all my girls here, but my girl, Shay, is here with us today. Y'all, we're going to dive into our story, but the fact that we're here where we are now in these spaces is two totally different women. My mind is blown, okay? Right. But before I start yapping, I want her to chat with us about who she is and do all the things. So, hey girl.
Hey girl.
How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Grand. That was a great choice of words.
Not good, but grand.
Yes, I love that. So tell the people who you are.
My name is ShayLynn, and I am honored to be here. I am multifaceted.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But the stage that I'm in my life right now is more so pertaining to being led and shining my light and hopefully being inspiration to others who are looking for their light as well.
Yes, I love that. Because first of all, I feel like it takes a lot of work to shine your light. You know what I'm saying? What did it take for you to get to that point where you're here now? You're like, I'm shining my light so other people can find theirs.
Sacrifice of self.
Ooh. Oh my.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Sacrificed everything. I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Really? I mean, even, I haven't seen you in years. I've seen you on socials, but even who I'm sitting in front of now, that's why I told them, where I'm like, we're two totally different people. Oh
we
my
are.
God. What do you feel like is the biggest difference about you right now?
My feminine energy. Like, I'm so soft now. I used to be a little ragged, and now I'm just so soft.
Yeah.
I've never been this soft before. I didn't even know it was possible.
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm about to go two directions with this. Was this a you thing, or was this because I got a man thing?
A me thing. It happened before him.
I love
So
that.
he came and he met me at this time. So yeah, I thank that for him.
Yes.
Because now you get to see me at my best self, and I get to offer that to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing, because I asked the question that way because the internet has told a lot of people that in order to have a soft life, we needed to have Mr. Sir to make you soft. But here you are where you're like, oh no, I did it myself.
The spirit makes you soft. God makes you soft, and the experiences that you learn from is what makes you soft.
And what do you take with that and turn it into softness instead of more hardness?
Well, it's definitely a balance.
Yeah.
I can tap into that other side if I wanted to, but I don't have to anymore because that's not what's in my reality anymore. So I don't have to put up that shield.
Yeah.
If you're putting up a shield, you're hiding from something, or you're trying to not be real with yourself about the situation.
Yeah.
Now that I'm honest with myself about everything, I don't have to be
Yappy.
masculine, I would say. Yeah.
Feel like you got to do the work.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Honestly, I feel like that takes a lot of work. I think that, me personally, I feel like it leads to a lot of, what am I trying to say? A lot of burnout. Because
we're just supposed to flow. It's already written.
Yeah, okay.
It's already written. So why are you going against the flow of what's already done?
You making it more hard on
That's
yourself.
trust.
Yes.
That's faith. And once you really lean into it, you don't have to be like this.
Yes. How has your journey been with faith?
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel like was the hardest part about it?
Just believing in something that you can't see, feel, touch, or smell. It's more so of a spirit thing. So it's like, once you really tap into your spirit, then you're able to trust. But prior to that, it was like,
Yeah.
and then even after I got showed a million times to trust and have faith, I still second guessed it.
Really?
Just
What
the
is
human
with
side
that?
of me.
Yeah, okay. Because we want to be in control so bad. When, baby, it's not about you.
Exactly.
Take a step back. Take a step back. Was it hard taking that step back?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you, I don't want to say humble yourself to it, but how did you get to that point where you were able to like conform to being soft, taking away control, and not being controlling. How did that work?
Trial and error. And over time, your trust gets bigger. So most people think that you're just going to jump in a pool and know how to swim. I had to take lessons on life. And that was between me and spirit, me and God, the Most High, Almighty.
Almighty.
Let's be clear.
Because
Let's be clear.
It's funny because throughout all of these recordings today, and I don't know if I want to keep this part in. I don't care. Keep it in. But it's funny to me how I'm just like, wow. You know, when you ask God for a platform and then he starts showing up in it, and it's so easy to get shadow banned and stuff on the internet when you start talking about God a little too crazy. But I don't care. I'm like, we're gonna be bold about
Let's
it.
be
And we're
real
gonna
about
talk.
it.
Yes.
We said the Most High.
Okay. Because every time you stop, that one, the period goes there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because no,
You gotta be specific these days.
you do. Because hold on now, are we talking about the A or the B? I'm talking about the alpha, not the beta.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh! So tell us about your journey through it all. We can go
difficult.
career POV.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So what did that look like?
I went to college for marketing. Then I realized I don't need to know how to market because I know how to do hair. And I was already making sales. So I left college, went to get my hair license, started SL Parlor. It was wonderful. I loved it.
Yes.
After a while, I was like, I don't like doing labor anymore. I said, I don't want to stand up and do hair anymore. It started to feel like a job.
Yeah.
I never wanted that to feel like a job. So I was like, okay. The movie too can play that game. Vivica Fox, boss lady, suits, heels, riding in her drop top.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, let me go into corporate.
Yes.
I think I was led there, honestly, because I think God knew I was getting tired. And I feel like I knew prior to like where the world was going. You know, it's been a change since then, especially in the beauty industry. It went from actually finding love for your stylist and you know the clients up until now, like people are more vain.
Yeah.
The industry started to change. You feel me?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Because even with me I'm still in it.
Yeah.
But I'm in it in my own way.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
Thank you. Because I still tell the girls, I don't care. If you're like, that just doesn't make sense to me. You only do hair 2 days out of the week. I didn't ask it to make sense.
And on the low, I still do hair secretly, but
you'll never know it. Exactly. And that's how I am. Like, babe, if you did not catch it on my story in that 24 hours, you do not know that I do hair. Because it's so deeply rooted in that Instagram.
it's like firsthand nature.
Yes. I'll never not do it. Because I said that, like, even as I retire officially, I'ma still have like my roster. I always say my roster of 10 people. Like, I'll have my roster of 10 and that's who stays.
Yeah.
But to your point of what you said, I do feel like it's a lot of vain there. People don't see you as humans anymore. They just see you as just a figure who's supposed to come in here and do anything. I remember one time I used to have really bad cycles. And I was inside of the salon and about to start my day. And out of nowhere, everything just started hurting. And it got to a point I was literally laid on the floor in my salon bathroom and calling my assistant like, girl, just cancel everybody. This girl got so mad, slammed my door and everything. I never touched her head again. And she called me back later and was like, oh, so when do we reschedule my appointment? Girl, never. Like, never, because you're pissed.
There was no empathy there.
At all. And you literally just expected me to come. Do you want me to throw up in your hair? Because that's all I got.
No, I've had that happen to me plenty of times too.
My God.
Like having to lay down in my chair. Couldn't even get to my car to drive home. So it was a lot that came with doing hair.
Yes.
And I wasn't spiritually strong enough or spiritually equipped for those things
Those
at
moments.
that time.
Okay. Because that's the word. It does. You need something. You need the spirit to actually guide you through that. To even also let you know that sometimes what people are dealing with, that's not even your problem. And they'll come in there with that. And it is a part of our job. Because I do feel like doing hair is a form of ministry if you allow it to be.
It is.
But
That's how I started.
yeah. Really? What did that look like?
My clients would come in. You know how we always have our conversations. They would tell me the most personal things. Not that I would give advice, because unsolicited advice, you know.
Yeah.
But they would always ask me questions, and I would give them a word from my spirit. And everybody will always be like, wow, Shay, like every time I come, I feel relieved. My spirit is more happy. And I feel like you really just did something to me. I've changed since the last time we talked. And over time, I'm like, is what I'm really saying T?
Yeah, okay. Do you really get it? Is it really resonating that hard? Okay. That's a real thing. It's like, are you sure? I know you are a mindset girly. Like, you are big on not staying in the same place, seeing things from totally different perspectives. So how did you get there? What is that?
Well, I'm super conscious. Like, I'm a nerd, and most people don't know that.
Love that.
They look at the beauty, the glitz and the glam.
Yeah.
And they think from the exterior, they perceive me as that. But no, I read a lot.
Yes.
So, like, I understand that there are different versions of yourself. And it just depends on who you want to tap into.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go down that road. Because when you say that it's different versions of you, I have talked to people who they don't even fathom what does that mean. And you and I, we touched on this a little bit when we first spoke. When it's like, you have a choice. What does choice mean to you? Or what does that look like? If you were talking to someone, like, how would you let them know, like, babe, you know, hello, wake up, get out of that?
Just to let different possibilities.
Yeah.
There are trillions of different possibilities, but most of us are focused on one outcome or one limited belief, which is causing that stagnance or that unbelief, which causes us to limit those possibilities of an outcome that we actually want.
Yeah.
But me personally, the woman that I've tapped into, there are unlimited possibilities. There are no limits to anything that I can do. And I know this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Her, years ago, there was limits. She
It's
limited
like,
herself.
she could only start. She stops here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I tapped out of her and I tapped into this version of myself. Now there are no possibilities and I can do anything.
Yes.
It's a mindset. And I always say mindset, grind set. Once your mind is set, your grind is going to be set.
Yes. Because then you know what you're going after at that point, and then you know how to move.
Yep.
Oh my God. How long do you feel like it took you to get to that point where you start thinking like that?
I would say like 5 years.
Really? So you have to be patient with yourself.
Yeah. But I didn't know I was going to get here. I never knew where the destination was. I just was walking and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Let's do that.
Oh, this is getting easier. And then all the dots started connecting.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where I can control it now.
I think that's the beauty too about, like, with you being a coach and then also having a coach and knowing when you're in that point, because having a coach and a therapist, all of these things are different. And the coach is the person who is to help you get to a destination if you can't do it on your own.
Right.
And I feel like with everything that you're saying, like, even for y'all who are watching, and if you're trying to figure it out and you're just like, oh, well, I want to be more soft, I want to do this, and that's why.
What does she look like?
Exactly.
What does she eat? What does she drink? What time does she wake up? What books does she read?
What does she smell like?
How does she dress? What's her favorite perfume? Who does she date? Where does she live? What kind of money does she make? And eventually, like, you
become that.
Exactly.
I believe that wholeheartedly. That's literally what I did with it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
No lie, it's a visualization I always go back to. Even when I was coaching, I used to send this to my clients all the time. It's by this girl on YouTube. Her name is Shiva Rasa, and it's a 20-minute visualization. Girl, when I say, it felt like I literally had come out of my body, because the whole concept of it was you go into like this deep meditative state, and then you go and have a conversation. You can either do the 5 years from now, 25 years from now, or like the 1 year from now. So this time last year, I did that, where I was just like, I went to have a conversation with the 1 year from now me. And 1 year from now me, girl, you're looking at her.
That is dope. I love that so much.
Yes.
I do that. I love that.
It's so good. I'm gonna send you the link. It was so good because I was wearing like this creamish color. I had a sharp bob, and at the time, I used to have like my short haircut, and the only thing I remember about that thing was like me looking at myself, and I was just like, well, how are we gonna get here if you don't actually do your own homework?
You never know.
And I'm like,
you just be led by the Holy Spirit.
Yes. And I'm like, for it to come in this form, because no shade to anything or anyone, but if a quote unquote prophet or something like that, depending on who it was, but if somebody randomly came up to me and be like, oh, well, in 1 year, you're actually going to bring that dream to life. You're actually going to, I'll be like, okay, the version of me then, but no, like you said, I had to write it all out. I'm like, well, what do I care about? I care about how I smell. What are my favorite perfumes? How do I want my hair? What do I want to be known as? And I'm just like, here she is.
And she comes like she already exists.
Yeah, she literally does.
She exists. So you can be the person who actually takes those steps to be that person in that timeline on that frequency.
Come on.
Or you can be the person who doesn't do those things and wind up being this person. It's like, who do you want to be?
Exactly. And define who you want to be, and be who God called you to be. Because who you keep saying you want to be, I feel like that's the version of us that He called us to be. But it's already written.
Yep.
And I think you said that when we spoke last time, where it's like, it's already written. It's up to you on how you want it to unfold or something like that. You said, and it's like, yeah, but yeah.
No, really. Like, once you have a clear mind and a clear heart got to be as light as a feather, because that's the only way you're going to be carried. So that is where clarity comes. And you're able to know, okay, I need to go here. I don't need to go here. I can hang out with this person. I don't need to hang out with them anymore. This relationship doesn't fit the new me or where I'm going anymore. Let me leave that alone. We've got a lot of people who codepend on circumstances and situations, which causes that blockage, and you never get past that point to become that person.
That's real.
Let it go.
Let it go, babe. Like, literally,
let it go.
Let her go. Because, listen.
Baggage.
Yes, you're carrying around all of this weight. The analogy I used to use, like with my coaching clients, child was out here coaching the people, telling the people things, and I wasn't even living by it. But I thank God for Jesus, because I could look back on the house and I'm like, I do it now. But I used to tell them all the time, it's like trying to go up flights of steps, but you're way down by a bunch of groceries. So imagine how hard that is. And well, put some of these bags down, and so then the load will be a little lighter.
My analogy was the airplane. The airplane has too much baggage. It's not going to be able to take off. It's going to lag. It's going to be like this. But as soon as it's light, then you can take off.
Exactly.
Drop
That's
the
it. That's all.
Identify what your baggage is and let it go.
Because I had to start forgiving. For me, it's like, forgive it. Let it go. Not everything needs a closure conversation, babe. Everything don't need a revisit. You literally can just, I released that. I'm gonna give it over to God. He can handle this better.
It's a mindset thing.
Yes.
You
and
don't
now
have to hold on. You don't have to say, I need closure. The closure is you walking away.
Yes.
And realizing you're no longer in that timeline anymore. So I'm leaving this.
You have the power. Close the door. Like, literally use your hand, close the door, walk away. That's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good. Did you have to go through like your own processes of forgiveness and shedding throughout this journey?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Ever. A few years ago, if you told me like, you need to learn how to forgive, I would look at you like, forgive for what?
F them people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm not doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
It took me a lot. It took, I don't know what it took, because I can't recall. It was more so of a journey. It was a part of the journey of getting up. I don't know when it stopped, but it's heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy. I feel like it's heavy too for a reason. It's like you got to flex the muscle in order to know that it's there. And once you get to that point, that's when you just like, I'm so strong. Because now my definition of strong is so different. Because my definition of strong now is not what I thought. I thought that, I used to think being strong meant I got to say yes to everything. I take on everything. Being the problem solver, the like, baby, you're tired. Like, no, ma'am, that is not my definition of strong anymore. Now my definition of strong is saying no, and looking at you, no, or no. I'm gonna smile and say no.
That's perfect, because my definition of being strong is being like soft.
Yes, literally.
I did want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Most people like the kindness for weakness. They take your kindness for weakness because they see you being soft. But they don't understand that in order for you to be soft, you were once hard.
So, babe, hey, it's another side. But I choose. It's a choice.
And me personally, I wouldn't call it sparing people, but I see your spirit. I see
your heart.
I see that ignorance, not in a bad way.
Because you just don't know.
Lack thereof. That is why I'm soft. You don't understand.
I'm giving you grace.
Exactly. You don't even understand.
Yes.
That's why I'm extending grace.
Exactly.
It's
and
not
I can't
because
be
I'm
mad
soft.
at you for not understanding.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to become you too, just off of pure lack of understanding.
We're all on our own journey.
Yes.
So that is where the kindness comes from.
Yeah. That's a hashtag. We're all on our own journey.
Yeah.
I feel like when you lead with that, it also keeps you from keeping things so, like making things so personal.
Yeah.
Because, babe, we all on our own journey and you're somewhere I'm not. So, and I don't want to be there. So let me not go there with you.
Exactly.
Period. That's how you handle that. I love that.
Me too.
So, of course, it's game time. And I got a game for Shay. It's called Mindset Check. Rewire or release. You ready? All right. So, in this game, the concept is I'll read a thought, belief, or an old programming out loud. And you'll tell me if you want to rewire it or you want to release it. Okay? All right. So, number one, I have to be strong all the time.
Throw it out. That's the word, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In your own words.
Throw it away.
Yeah. Toss it.
Just breathe.
We don't need that.
Just wait. Get it out of here.
Get
I don't know
yeah.
what to say. Yeah.
I get it.
Sorry.
No, it's like get it out of here. No, say what you feel.
Okay.
Yes. So healing is a one-time thing.
What was the first option?
Rewire it or release it.
Rewire it.
Okay. What are we rewiring?
And say it again.
Healing is a one-time event.
No.
One-time thing.
You shed and you die. I don't.
Go there.
I have to be like very cautious with my words because people,
They take it.
yeah, I'll have a lot of depth to what I say. So when I say die, you are renewed.
Yeah.
We are renewed at every level, over and over and over again. So I do believe that there are multiple chances to heal because we go through experiences time and time again.
That's real.
So, yeah.
Girl, you almost made me cry just now. So like, you right. That's good. That is so true. But even in like your first authentic statement when you said like you died, and even the depth of how you said that's real because a part of you, even the Bible says that somewhere, but don't quote me because child, I don't know all the scriptures. But it says that like you become a slave to the Holy Spirit, but it doesn't literally mean. But it literally means like that part of you die. Like you have to make a choice. It's black or white. It's plain and simple. So
I get emotional over my past self.
Yeah.
Because I want her to know like, oh my God, you so lit now.
Yes,
You
like
made
look
it
at
through.
you. Yes, you made it.
She's no longer here.
Yes. Okay.
I am here now, but the old me, she's dead and gone.
Yes. When I used to talk about like healing my inner child, and hear me, as soon as I bring her up, I get emotional.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But when I used to talk about healing my inner child, and when I really got to that point where I felt like, okay, I think I'm good. I used to say, I gave her blanket. I told her, you can go have a seat. Like, go take a nap, babe. I got it from here because adult me now has to show up. Because when it was, little Chi-Chi over there, I would be showing up even in business as little Chi-Chi. And it's like, no, she can't do that. Give her blanket. And it's okay. But now, we got to be a grown woman now.
I've made peace with my younger self, and sometimes like when I pray, I talk to her.
Yeah,
because
that's
I
good.
like to say like you can heal on all your timelines. Like if I'm healing now, I'm healing that past version of myself who was hurt. So now in whatever she's okay now because I'm okay. Yeah, and I make sure that they know, okay, you made it past that situation that you thought you would never get past, and look at you now.
You did it. Yeah. I think that's good that you even reassure yourself in that, because I think it's so easy to start considering ourselves to be like projects.
Yeah.
And you always want to fix something. Like we're always fixing ourselves when stop fixing you.
Yeah.
Like you
Nothing's
don't
wrong
have to,
with you.
nothing's wrong.
You're perfectly fine.
Yes, and that's also too knowing God's promise, because when you know that you're perfectly fine, he told you that you're fine. We know that now.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with me. But I think when you're so out of touch,
Yep.
you will think like everything is wrong. What's wrong with me? I'm fucked up.
When you're too deeply, what is it? Don't be of the world, but be in the world.
Yes. When
Most
you're too
people
of the
are of
world,
it.
yeah.
So they can't see that grace. They can't see the light. They can't perceive them. When you look in the mirror, you're supposed to perceive yourself how Jesus did.
Yes,
God looks at you.
exactly.
But we don't do that.
And he sees perfection.
Exactly.
Like, baby, just the way you are. He didn't ask you to know all the scriptures in the Bible. Like, that's the misconception.
Yep.
I was telling one of my other guests the same thing. I was like, I love how we're young, lit, and bold for Jesus.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like, it looks different, but we were taught that it has to look one way. And even the way you're showing up is authentically you. It makes sense. And you're still showing up, but giving him the glory first. And I absolutely love that, because it's like, make it make sense. It's lit over here too.
Yeah. No,
like,
it is. It's even more lit.
yes, it's lit in the
I wouldn't have
club,
it
but
no
this
other
is
way.
like big lit. Like,
Like, this is like supernaturally lit.
okay, because I promise you that's so much better, because I'm not out here lost.
Yeah.
Out here lost, high, or drunk, child. One or the other. I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. Okay, saying no means I'm letting someone down. You're going to rewire it or release it.
Release it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because no. I already know your answer to this one. I'm too much.
Release it.
Why should they be releasing that?
It's a mindset thing. If you believe that you're too much, then I feel as though internally you feel like you're not enough. You know?
Imagine that.
It's the truth. People, you can hear people speak. Their spirit is really telling you how they really feel about themselves.
Wow.
You don't think that you're too much. You think that you're not.
You're
enough.
not enough. You're speaking in opposites, babe.
That's exactly how I look at life.
Oh my God. You know what's funny? Because as soon as you said it, it made me think about in therapy, my therapist, he always used to say something. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. We'll come back to it, but it went blank. I don't know if that was the spirit. Like, don't go there. But like, so it's fine. But I agree with you. Cut it up. But I agree with you 1,000% though. Because people do, they speak in opposites. And there it goes. No, thank you, Holy Spirit. He used to tell me that no, maybe not, because now it's gone again.
That's okay. Don't say it. Yeah. Keep that gem.
Okay. You're right. Because that'll probably tell. We'll say it off camera. But it does work though, because yeah. And
you're going to have a lot of people watching your show.
Yeah. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that's why it's like, no, thank you,
Release the
Jesus.
gems, everybody.
They need to do that privately.
Yeah,
Come study me first. Like, yeah. I get that 1,000%. Okay, last one. So, people won't pay for clarity. They pay for results. Rewire. That's a good rewire.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily one or the other.
Exactly.
I feel like it's definitely like a, well, I mean,
It's subjective to who.
yeah. Because that's like with my therapist, I paid him for clarity. I didn't pay him to like fix me, essentially. But it's like, you have been helping me work through it. So thank you.
And then if you go to a fitness coach, you're paying them for results.
Yes, exactly.
And most of them, they don't look for the mindset behind the results. They just
don't.
want the results. So
That's real.
Yeah.
That's so real. Lord. Well, that'll do it. I thank you so much for coming.
thank you for having me.
You are a gem.
This was amazing.
Yes, we got to do this again.
Yeah.
I want like a part 2 after show.
Yeah.
We have a Facebook group. So in the Facebook group, maybe we can like do something. Keep the conversation going.
Yes, please. I would love to.
Yeah. Because in that space, we can really talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our safe space.
Yeah.
We going to go over there.
I'm glad to have you here in my new world.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're here.
Same.
It's like we travel and we wound up at the same destination.
Yes, but we went different routes, but we're here.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Exactly.
Thank you. You're a blessing.
You're welcome. You're a blessing. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I'm so grateful to have y'all here with me. We are warm. We are full. Our shoulders are high. We're giving each other hugs. And we're extending a hug to you too. But until next time, see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.